right, good morning, guys. It is Monday, February 8th, and we are moving into possibly the biggest energy week of February. Let's stay where we're at. It's the biggest energy week of February. What's happening this week? Well, we have what is called an Aquarius Stellium. And a stellium is when there are 3 or more planets stationed in the sign of Aquarius. Well, a stellium in Aquarius is that. And that is happening on the new moon, which is Thursday. And it is giving us an influx of Aquarius energy this week in like 5 planets. So what does that mean for us? Like, how does that express itself? This is the week of big choices. This is the week of, are you going to choose a new way, or are you going to fall back into an old comfortable way? Okay. This morning, we're going to chat about that. And I also have 2 questions to answer from last week's live. And they actually will probably take us down some lovely little rabbit holes, and we'll do nicely. So there's that. Before we get started, wait, I have to just address this comment. Alicia says BAE, Big Aquarius Energy. Guys, that's so funny because just recently I was introduced to the acronym BDE. Look that up if you don't know what it is. I was probably the only one who didn't know what it was when I heard it. But that's right. That's exactly what it's like. Hi, City. Okay, so your dreams. In restoration, I'm going to pin a post at the top that is going to be a dream post. And if you feel so inclined, hop on there and share your dreams, because here's why. We're all having very strange dreams and they're very vivid. Some of us, for the first time, are learning about lucid dreams and astral travel, actually being able to interact in dream state in a different way, seeing things happen in dream state than they happen in, actual waking life state, and all the kinds of things. Your dreams are the place, and they always have been, but it's just amped up now. They're the place where you go to interact with the world without your constructs blocking you, okay? So, in your waking life, you have all of these things that build the structure of how you think and who you are as a person. When you are in the astral plane, you no longer have the burden of those trappings, because sometimes they are indeed a burden, right? And in the astral plane and in that dream space, you can interact with all of these different energies as just pure higher self soul with the elements of what makes you you on this planet at this time. So it's a wonderful playground to work things out, to receive big information that will help you here in a boots on the ground type of way. I'm sorry, I can't stop saying it. And all the things, right? Okay, so pay attention to your dreams. So I'm gonna make that post after this and hop on there, share dreams, because what also is interesting to do right now is cross-reference your dreams with other people and see the similarities, because they are there. Especially, I'm just gonna list a couple of the top 3. Dragons, cats, and things with mirrors seem to be things that are happening a lot in dream state with a lot of different people. So anyway, hop on the Facebook group and do that later if you want to, but generally speaking, pay attention to your dreams. And if you are starting to interact in your dreams in a way that is new for you and feels a little bit scary, I just want to remind you of one key point. You are sovereign and you are at the top of the food chain. You, especially in dream state, have nothing to fear, and you can control all the elements happening in your dream state. Even if they feel super duper weird and real, that is you in control of that. So just know that that is what is happening. You are at the top of the food chain always. Don't forget that. Okay, so let's launch into our questions. They actually hold hands very well. So on Friday, we started talking about ascension symptoms, and really quick recap on ascension and ascension symptoms. Ascension is simply the process of the earth moving from a lower frequency into a higher frequency. And that's really what we mean when we talk about moving from a third dimension to the fifth dimension. Right now, we go up and down, right? Like you go through third, fourth, fifth, sometimes you hit a 7 and then you drop back down into a 3. Like it is affected by your energy. But your baseline energy vibration is going to dictate where you live and where you create based off of your frequency. So ideally, if what you want is to be like a super duper manifesting machine and you're really into new earth energy, what you're looking for is for your baseline to be in the fifth dimension. And that's what's happening right now. As the earth's frequency itself continues to rise, we are being upgraded to rise with it. And this is where the questions come in. So our first question is from Fiza from YouTube. And he says, hi, how is it that some people are feeling the ascension symptoms so much up to a point of feeling overwhelmed and others feel nothing at all? Such a great question, because if you think about it at face value, at first it seems counterintuitive that some people would feel it so much and others wouldn't feel it at all. However, your reality is dictated by your perception. And if you've been a person who, listens to this kind of stuff all the time and you're super into learning about new earth energy, you've been working on your own spiritual path, you've been learning about energy healing, you've been healing your old traumas, doing shadow work, dropping into that heart center. You are ultra sensitive to energy now. And that's a good thing. It also makes you feel the ascension so much more intensely than others who are not aware that it's already happening. It's kind of like the catch-22, right? But if you were to choose something, what would you want to choose? Understanding what is happening to the world right now and understanding how it's literally interacting with your physical body, or being completely in the dark and just kind of like go along for the ride and not sure what's happening. Those are very different fields of energy. And this also will move me into the next question, but I want to make sure that I'm comprehensive here. So some people are feeling this much more deeply than others. And that is just a fact. And you are going to feel ascension symptoms based off of a unique combination of your own situation. And so when we say like, oh, here are the blanket ascension symptoms that you might experience, you may not experience them all. You might experience one. You might not experience any of those. You might have your own unique way of feeling what it's like to go through that transition. So just be aware of how things feel for you. Start to be aware of patterns that happen specifically for you. I know I'm starting to do that with myself as well. We have to kind of start breaking out of that mindset that in order to validate an experience, a certain amount of people have to also have that same experience. Your experience is valid even if you're the only one who has it. And I encourage you to share your experience because we can all learn from each other by sharing our unique experiences. And your experience does not need to be validated by everybody else sharing it. You sharing your experience helps us understand that there's such a diverse array of ways that these things can manifest. I hope that that makes sense. So moving into the second question, which is Cindy's question that she sent me last night, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it up with me, but there have been a marked increase of people dying from brain aneurysms and heart attacks and things like that. And she was wondering if there's a connection or we know what the deal is with that. And this is directly connected to the ascension process. So if you think about it, right? We are in bodies that have been in third dimensional energy for centuries and centuries and centuries. Now, our bodies are being activated to quickly, and I mean quickly, level up and evolve into a vessel that can hold a higher frequency. Some people's bodies are not going to be able to do that, and they completely blitz out. And that is a real thing that is happening right now. It is not about It's not about, and this is like a weird thing to say, but I'm just gonna roll with it. It's not about, you know, someone's bad or good and, you know, oh no, like we're losing this person and that person, like why this person and why not that person? It's not about that. It's a simple thing. It's energy frequency that cannot be held by that particular physical body. And believe it or not, this is not a shock to the souls inhabiting those bodies. In fact, a lot of souls are opting off Earth right now, and they will come back, but they're leaving now because there needs to be a space created for what's happening. And a lot of the bodies that are currently on Earth right now simply can't handle the upgrade that's coming with them. So that's not to inspire fear in you, because honestly, you'd kind of know by now if that was a thing for you. And there are things that you can do to help yourself through this ascension process. And the biggest one is being conscious of it, being aware of it, because your awareness opens up your energetic field to the upgrades in a much more gentle and receptive way. Okay, so when you understand what's happening, when you understand like, ooh, I woke up on this day and like, I feel the energy pulsing through my body, what is happening? You know what's happening. And you will get validation for what's happening because you've decided to plug into these different channels that will tell you, yeah, this is happening right now. We're having a massive storm on a galactic level, or the energy of the Schumann resonance has shot up and we are all affected by that. Drink a lot of water. Take time to meditate. And that just means getting a little bit quieter and not doing something for just a hot second, or engaging in an activity that allows you to unplug, such as if you are a musician, playing your musical instrument is a meditation because it moves you and sends you into that Zen space. So anything that you can do to allow yourself a little bit of time every day to be in that space where you're not crunching through your brain will help you with your ascension symptoms and will help your body to adjust to the very fast rising energy, okay? And again, reminding you, we did come here for this. We did. We came here to usher in this new energy. We came here to help people to integrate it. And the more that you tap into this for yourself, the more you'll understand where you fit in here and what you're supposed to be doing. All we really need to do is get quiet because we're constantly receiving information. We're constantly receiving little hints and advice from our higher selves, from our guides, from our angels. When you put out to the universe that you want to manifest something, right? You're like, okay, this is what I want. If you get quiet afterwards, you will get little nudges that will point you in the right direction. It might be so simple as, right, you decide you're going to manifest, and this is a very regular one I always do, but you want to manifest a new job, right? So you go ahead and you go through the process of manifestation. The next day, you just get this thought in your head, like, oh, for whatever reason, I'm craving an egg salad sandwich from this weird coffee shop that I haven't been to in months. Listen to that, because you going out of your ordinary routine, making that stop to get your egg salad sandwich, will put you likely in the path of something that needs to happen in order for you to get exposed to this new job energy. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like this magical like treasure hunt. And the clues just keep coming to you. But you've got to get quiet enough to listen. You've got to get quiet enough to hear so that you can actually do that. So you can actually make the strange moves that will put you into that place. And think of it as an adventure because, my God, it really is. It's not a burden, right? Think about how amazing the concept is of what we're talking about right now. You would like to experience something different in your life. What do? Oh, We've got these lunar cycles every month to tap into to manifest and release. Let me just tap into that flow, put in my order with the new moon, and reap the rewards with the full moon. This is here for you all the time. It's like, I want to try something different, universe. Okay, I have a system for that. Please use it, right? It's magical, and you can do this all the time. It is not a big deal if you let yourself believe in it, right? And it is an adventure. It is fun. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know what weird advice you're going to get. And if you follow it, if you follow that strange bouncing ball, stuff happens. And I tell you that because I would not be sitting here right now talking to you in exactly this spot at exactly this time if I did not start following my bouncing ball. And boy, did it bounce, right? But here I am, still alive and having had many adventures that I would never have had if I had decided I need to stay in my lane, do everything right, and be good. How boring is that, right? And like, I'm not saying like run around just hurting people, do willy-nilly stuff, but listen to your intuition because it's literally telling you things, right? So super fun. And also, hold on. Okay, it's really just a reminder that you are connected to the rhythm and the pattern of magic. You are magic. This is not weird conceptual things that only some people are allowed to tap into. This is your birthright. This is who you are, okay? And so as you start to soften to receive that energy and start to truly take control of your manifesting, you will start to feel that in your life. And I do want to remind you that you are always manifesting, okay? You can't actually stop, right? It's just what we do. We're manifesting machines. That's what humans are. But if you are not conscious of your thoughts, if you are not conscious of what you're manifesting, you're giving your energy to the collective manifest, okay? And there's a whole lot more that goes along with that, but at its very base level, what that means is you're allowing your energy to be used for somebody else's creations. Do you want to do that? Or would you rather pull that energy in and create something that you would actually like in your life? Because whether you believe it or not, you are manifesting. Every thought you have puts out an energy frequency signature and it does stuff. Every word you speak has an effect. We affect each other on an energetic level every single day. We're all just balls of energy bopping around and like, woo, like little bumper cars, right? So having a little bit of conscious intention with what you are creating is all it takes to make masterpieces around you. And you just have to believe it, right? It's like believing in Tinkerbell or the whole Peter Pan situation. You can fly. You just have to remember that you can and believe that you can. So as we move into this week, it is the new moon. It is a very auspicious new moon as per usual with this whole year. So every moon's gonna be a big deal. Every manifest matters. And if you've never taken the time to really sit down and put your energy towards manifesting, I invite you to do that this week. It's a seeding week, okay? And if you'd like to join us in Restoration live on the call on Thursday at 6 p.m., you can do that. You can just hop on my website, www.sarahmala.com/restoration. It's $22. You get all the master classes, and I will walk you through manifesting and releasing every lunar cycle. We do it differently all the time, but this is powerful stuff. And those who have been in restoration for several months and have been doing the lunar manifest with us over and over again, they're getting really freaking good at it. And it's making such a big difference in people's lives because it's just having that agency and that sovereignty and understanding that you can ask for things and also receive them. And every time you do this, you add goodness to the world around you. You help raise the vibration and you help remove yourself and others, because they're watching, from that matrix, from that collective manifesting that is on autopilot right now. We don't need to give our energy to manifesting that we know nothing about. We don't need to do that. We can bring it here and we can do it ourselves. So that is what's happening this week. I also posted, wherever I post things, a virtual group activation. This is donation based, so you don't have to pay for it. It is virtual, so it's online, and all you have to do is get snuggly and receive the good energy. I walk you through a little bit of a meditation. We connect our heart chakras, and then whatever weird stuff happens. I don't know. I create containers and then we play in them. But it's very relaxing. It'll help you integrate these wild energies, and it is happening next week on the 16th. So if you are interested in that, hop onto my Facebook page or hop onto my Instagram profile, and you'll be able to find all the links for those things. And I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Monday. Please keep sending your questions that you would like me to answer on the live. I'm happy to do that anytime. I also do this on TikTok. If you want to find me there, you can ask questions, and I make a really, kind of shitty video on TikTok that shows that I'm a millennial, and we roll from there. So I love you. Have an amazing Monday. If this has been helpful for you, please share, and I will be back on Wednesday. Oh my God, wait, I have one more thing to tell you. On Friday, we have a special guest, and it is Susan Grace. She's an astrologist. She's amazing. And she's going to be doing a super fun thing with us where we look at our Venus signs and who we're most compatible with. It's going to be like a fun, lighthearted Valentine's themed podcast show. And that's going to be at a special time of 11 a.m. So I will not be on here at 8:30 on Friday, but I'll send out stuff for that. I love you. Have an amazing day. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.